What is up, you guys? I'm Sarah Sutton, indie author of my young adult friends, lovers, romance, What Are Friends For, as well as my upcoming young adult fake relationship romance, Out of My League. You can find the links to both of those books in the description box below. Welcome back to my channel. So today is a very fun video. It is the 10 things that I learned between What Are Friends For and Out of My League. And the funny thing is that I already filmed this video, but I just wasn't impressed with the quality of it. I filmed it back when I was using something else to record my videos instead of the camera that I'm using now. But yes, so this is a list that makes me laugh whenever I see it because, as you may know, I wrote Out of My League before What Are Friends For, so the fact that I learned things between What Are Friends For and Out of My League is just kind of funny. Without rambling on and on and on like I love to do, let's just hop into the video. So I have my handy dandy YouTube notebook that I wrote down all these things because I know I would forget them if I didn't speak off the top of my head. I'm going to be reading off those and kind of speaking about them. Awesome. I learned about the importance of plot, and you're probably thinking, well, duh, you need a good plot to write a good book, but I guess I really didn't think about it all too much before. Like, I just figured, okay, I got a couple. I know how I want them to end up together. I know the happy ending. Let's just write a book. Drafting is different than the finished product for me. There were multiple drafts of Out of My League where I never really understood how important plot was. When it came to What Are Friends For, I found Save the Cat Writes a Novel, and I'll link it down below because it is a lifesaver. I found that book and it really just taught me how important plot actually is and how nailing all of your plot beats is super important for the flow and overall structure of your story, and that was a much needed thing that I needed to learn. Number 2, I learned how to properly transition scenes. When I first started writing, I didn't know how the heck I was supposed to transition scenes. Like, how to flow from she's at her house to at school. And what I would do is I would make the jump super awkward instead of learning about how to properly transition from a home scene to a school scene. Learning about how to do those really improved my story writing. Also, it just really helped with the flow of everything. Or, so I hope. Number 3 is kind of self-explanatory, but I learned how to upload a pre-order. So obviously, I didn't know how to upload a pre-order before What Are Friends For because What Are Friends For is my debut novel. So that was another learning curve that I had to jump over for this book. And it's kind of funny because that was the most daunting thing to me, is uploading it to vendors and all that stuff. I did it a little bit differently for What Are Friends For than I did for Out of My League. What Are Friends For, I only used KDP and Ingram Spark, but for Out of My League, I'm using KDP, Ingram Spark, and Draft to Digital, and I think that's just going to be a lot more user-friendly just because I want to update the BACKMATTER periodically, and I will get to BACKMATTER in a little bit, so stay tuned. Number 4, I learned about all the certain kind of companies that I want to work with for promotion. So if you have watched, I think I mentioned it in a vlog, but I worked with Espresso book tours for What Are Friends For. I did a book blitz with them and it was very fun. They got a lot of engagement, a lot of reach, and I used them for my cover reveal as well, and that was super fun. So I just kind of learned who I like to work with, who I probably wouldn't work with again, and all that kind of stuff. And that really only comes with experience, with time. So number 5, I learned what kind of marketing works best for me. And there's a bunch of different marketing tactics out there, and all of them are not going to fit one person. And I learned that there are a lot of marketing strategies that just don't work for me. Like AMS ads. I have zero clue about AMS ads. I've done a lot of things, and I still do not have a clue on how they work. I want to learn more about it because I hear that they're super beneficial, but I just can't seem to wrap my mind around it. I wish I could hire someone to do it for me because I just can't do it. I don't know. That's another thing that I learned about this process, was what kind of marketing works for me and what I know to avoid next time. Okay, number 6, we are back to that BACKMATTER that I talked to you about. So what is BACKMATTER, you ask? BACKMATTER is the stuff that comes after your story. So I'm going to open What Are Friends For. So this is BACKMATTER, the thank you for reading page, an excerpt from another book if you want it, and things like that. So we have, don't forget to sign up for my monthly newsletter page, my acknowledgements page. That's my BACKMATTER from my paperback. So I had the same BACKMATTER from my paperback in my ebook. So I had the acknowledgements, I had that excerpt, I had my thank you for reading, please sign up for my newsletter. Let me explain what I did differently and we can talk about why I did it differently. So what I'm doing now is I'm on the last page of my book. This is the epilogue. And I scroll to the last page and you can see at the bottom here it says, there's a little snowflake and it says thank you for reading. So that lets the reader know that that is the very end of this book. And if I skip to the next page, at the very top of the next page, it says, if you enjoyed this book, I would so appreciate it if you could take the time to leave a review. It would mean so much. Want more? Check out my YA fake relationship romance, Out of My League. And you can see that there are links to both of those spots. So if I tap leave a review, it'll take me to the bookstoread.com link, which is my universal book link. And it brings me to the universal link where I can pick from whichever retailer I want to leave a review on. So that's awesome. But if I go back here and I click Out of My League, say I'm obsessed with that book, I want to read more, I can go to this page and I can pick a link that I want to go buy the next one from. So let's say Amazon. I don't want to set that as my preferred store, so I'll just continue without that. And then it loads onto Amazon where I can pre-order the next book. Going back to the book itself, you can see that if I scroll to the next page, it says connect with me on social media, and it lists all of my platforms. And then the book is done. So I don't include my acknowledgements page. I don't include the excerpt from Out of My League. So what I've heard is that the reader really likes to know what percentage left of the book they have to read. And with the acknowledgements and the excerpt in the back of the book, they're not going to always know how much they have left to read. And also, if you like this book, please leave a review at the very bottom of your last page. The reader knows right away, they don't have to scroll to another page, that this is the end of the book and I can leave a review or I can purchase the next one in this author's backlist. Since I changed that, I've seen a spike in kind of follow through in a sense, and I've seen people more often connect with me on social media than if I didn't do it that way. I've found a way that works for me and I absolutely love it now. Number 7, I learned how to make promotional images for my book. So if you look at my Instagram, you'll see that I have a lot of images for What Are Friends For, some for Out of My League. I'm going to get to that starting in May, but you'll see that I have these promotional images promoting my book. And learning how to make those was actually super duper fun, and it's so fun for me to actually make them anyway. I watched a few tutorials on graphic design and like layout and stuff. Otherwise, it's just fun for me to kind of play around a little bit with what kind of images work with what kind of text. Number 8, I learned how long I need to edit. And this is going to vary per book, but for me, if I really push my butt to do it, I can usually draft a book in a month and a half, around there. And then I can finish edits kind of the same time frame, the first round of edits. I learned the time frame so I can schedule things. And for me, I'm a huge scheduler. I'm a huge planner. I never used to be. And many of you watching this are going to be like, Sarah, you're not a huge planner. You always talk about how you don't use your planner anymore. Yeah, well, I've started using my planner again. I am obsessed with it all over again, and I have just been planning things. I've been planning when to write a new story, when to draft a different story, when to edit, and all that stuff. I have it all planned out. Knowing how long it takes me to edit and write a book is actually super helpful because I can plan it. I can plan when I'm going to have a release. I can plan when a book needs to be sent to a beta reader and things like that. Number 9, I learned how to write better. Like I said earlier, I wrote Out of My League first, wrote What Are Friends For second, and then published What Are Friends For first. So going back to Out of My League since publishing What Are Friends For, I learned that I grew so much between these two books. And it's hilarious because when I went back to that draft, I was just cringing, and you really only improve with time. But with that time between Out of My League and What Are Friends For, I definitely learned how to write better. And number 10, I learned how important reviews actually are. So starting out in this self-publishing world, I knew reviews were important, but I just thought if I get them, awesome, that's cool. But I did not realize how important reviews actually are to boost your book in the algorithm of Amazon and get more people to view it and potentially read it. And I actually didn't realize how important reviews were until I want to say the end of February, when I hit 25 reviews on Amazon, around there. Whichever review on Amazon boosts you in the algorithm. Because from the end of February into the beginning of March, my visibility skyrocketed. I was starting to get featured on Also Bots, which means customers who bought this book also went on to buy this book. And that's really a big boost for my book's visibility. And that was all because of reviews. I've gotten a few questions about how I got so many reviews, and I plan to make a video on that very, very soon, because I know it is an important thing for writers and self-publishers especially. Sometimes I feel like I just got lucky with the reviews that I've gotten, but there were a few things that I did do to kind of boost the reviews and kind of get more, if that makes any sense. If you want to see that video, leave a comment down below. But yeah, those are the 10 things that I learned between Out of My League and Waterfronts 4 and Out of My League. Between those two books, I learned a lot, and it was actually really enlightening, and I feel really good about the spot that I am in for Out of My League now. You only really learn things with time, obviously, and experience, and I'm just really excited to see how much more I will learn between Out of My League and If the Broom Fits, as you know, which is my Halloween story that I plan on publishing this year. I think I'll be able to make another one of these videos very soon. I like reflecting on these kinds of things, looking back on my writing style before and all that stuff. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thumbs up and comments really help the small YouTubers like me get visibility, so I would really, really appreciate it if you could leave an emoji, leave a like, that sort of thing. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I will see you on Monday with another writing vlog. Bye. I always have to screw up a few times before I get the confidence going. I don't even know. It's fine. What was that? Awkward. Should I do it like a different angle? Maybe I should. Keeps things interesting. Oh, I hope you're okay. That's gonna go great on the blooper reel. Number 8. Yeah, maybe we'll just start from the top. Because I don't know where I was going with that. Number 9. I had a confused look on my face. Shoot. Nope. Ugh.